Alright, we have a new chapter of One Piece. We're starting off with some promotional art for what I believe is the next movie, which is called One Piece Stampede. It features quite a variety of pretty well-known characters. We got Rob Lucci in the far back there, in his CP0 outfit, presumably. We got Sabo, we got Buggy, we got Smoker, we got Law, we got Boa Hancock. So Luffy teaming up with a really weird cross section of allies and villains over the years, fighting presumably this guy in the bottom, who I think is an original character. So it's like, how does this fit in with canon? I guess it just doesn't. But it could be fun. I've watched like maybe 2 or 3 of the One Piece movies before and found them pretty entertaining. So we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, getting to the chapter itself. This one is called Olin. A big battle, of course, unfolding right outside the execution platform. The pagoda with Orochi being hastily carried away for his safety. Anyone who dares ally with Yasuis, declaring themselves my enemy, strike them all and seize them all and strike off their heads. Oh, I wanted to mention this before I forgot. I went on the NBA subreddit, a real normie sports moment. I actually went there because I wanted to see how people were reacting to the latest basketball game. If you don't know, the Toronto Raptors, Toronto's basketball team, is in the NBA Finals for the first time ever. And right now they're up 3 games to 2, so it's quite exciting. So yeah, I went to go see what the reactions were like, and people were talking about how in an interview after the game, one of the players on the losing team, which is from San Francisco, was like grinning the whole time, and it seemed like really strange. He didn't seem to care that they had lost at all. And someone in the comments was like, he ate one of those smile fruits. And I was just like blown away that the one time I go to a normie Flesh Sports subreddit, there's a reference to like really current One Piece, not like a generic One Piece reference, but like the last 3 or 4 chapters of One Piece. I was shocked. I was like, and it was heavily upvoted too. I was just like, all right, okay. I see how this is. Anyways, so Zoro fighting against Kyoshiro. They're going pretty even. Zoro, of course, only with 2 swords, but he's pretty impressed, I think, with Kyoshiro's ability. He's breathing heavily too. Kyoshiro doesn't seem to be that affected yet. And then the squadron of ninja hired to keep peace at the shogunate has arrived. I love these guys so much, especially this girl in the bottom left. I want to see way more of her. She's so cute. I want to know everything about her. Sometimes Oda will just throw in characters like this that show up like just a few times, and then maybe in an SBS he'll name them, and that's it. That's all we'll get. And yet, that's fine. They're still out there. We can spend as much time as we'd like imagining them. I love this sound effect too. The doron that has like shuriken exclamation marks. That's just fantastic. Oda's custom sound effects coming through again. Hawkins was right. Straw Hat Pirate Crew. Capture any of them, anyone. If you subject them to torture, you will learn what they're after. Uh-oh. So the ninja all attacking at once. Nepo, help you! It's just a gun. It's literally just a gun inside of it. Watch out for the dinosaur. So Usopp grabs Otoko and runs off. But of course, Otoko, one of the biggest targets by the shogunate, now that Orochi has figured out that she's Yasui's daughter. So X-Drake and Page 1, is Page 1 here? No, I think Page 1 is like Rip. And Hawkins, all of them, I think, going right after her. Okay. Sanji. Got the intel about you, the Vinsmoke bloodline. Did you ever say that name again? Sanji going up against X-Drake. Kind of cool to see how these other members of the worst generation stand up to other members of the monster trio. X Drake always seemed crazy strong to me. Have no fear. The men who took Kyoko and Yasui are with our group. Hurry out of the capital with you two while I distract them. A curse upon you! Yeah, because he was doing this in the shogunate too, to freak them out. So they really have no idea how to handle it. Fujin, go after that one. Saw it with Zoloju earlier. Ah, so they're all just trying to get any sort of hostage. Anyone that they'll be able to use to eke out the other Straw Hats locations. So this is like very in line, I think, with kind of the brutality of the Kaido crew. That they're really, not that of course these guys are directly affiliated with Kaido, but just this sort of thinking of this arc of like, all right, well, the real plan, it's not like that we have to defeat all of them. You know, that's some naive TV show villain stuff. Instead, let's just capture one of them and torture them. And I'm sure all of the other people, being good people, will submit themselves and we can find out all sorts of info and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's so much better. It reminds me, I just thought of this now, way, way back in the day when I used to hang out on Arlong Park forums a lot. And this would have been around the time of like the first Sabori Archipelago arc. And I remember there was like something that happened. I think it might have been at like the start of Impel Down. And someone was like, this is one of the most brutal things that we've ever seen in One Piece. And someone else commented with like, just wait until Kaido devours Chopper whole in front of Luffy or something. And it's like, we hadn't even seen Kaido. We'd only just heard Kaido referenced before. And like just this like bizarre leap of logic that Kaido will end up being like the cruelest and evilest and just wantonly violent and just devour Straw Hats. I don't know. It really stuck with me, evidently, because I can remember this now, like probably like 10 years later. But yeah, I thought that was funny. Until Kaido devours Chopper Hall. Okay. Ooh, so Law has arrived as well to free his crew. Hawkins staring him down. There was one more, a polar bear. Easily help them escape with your powers. Only a fool would place all of the hostages where you can see them. Ah, devious, devious, cruel. It was all bait. And then trying to get Law to come and save those. Going into that cage to join them. Did you lesson yet? Have you? Oh. Oh, see? Look at this brutality. Look at this cruelty. So we didn't really know too well about how Hawkins' power works before. Like, we've seen him when he takes damage, like during the Sabori fight, other people would get the damage from his attacks, seemingly at random. Like, people like way over on the other side of the island would just blow up when he got hit by Kizaru's attack. So now it seems like it's an even stronger power that he can choose specifically who his kind of voodoo connection is with. So very wisely, he's taken these 3 members of Law's crew and put them under his possession. And Law is pretty freaked out, as could be expected. This is sort of similar to the way that his heart was being held hostage way back in Punk Hazard. Law is just always kind of falling into these poor situations. Doflamingo kind of had dirt on him too. It's rough. All right, meanwhile, it's a pretty lady, a beautiful woman under attack. So, what is this? Is this like X Drake's sensors? Is this? I would have thought that it's Sanji's beautiful woman sensors, the way it kind of like zooms in through the crowd for Sanji to see that she's in danger. But then the first shot of the beep, 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 beep thing is Sanji being locked on. So now I'm a little confused, but it doesn't really matter. So X Drake launches his attack at Sanji. Sanji runs off to try to save Orin from the ninjas kidnapping her. Protected her. You are working together. Let them chase you. I thought I was hiding my face. He's got a low bounty to me. Oh, Seji. You gotta realize that bounty isn't everything. You can't just get women with bounty. Do you really think that Luffy knows more women than you? Okay, so now we see way back Shinto Motto, that's his name, right? aka Ashura, beating up Kinemon, which is pretty nuts. Kinemon is also very strong. But I guess Kinemon isn't fighting back. Kinemon is just trying to explain. Should have swallowed my pride and begged you to start. It never occurred to me that 20 long years can change a man. So I arrogantly presumed you would help if I evoked the sake of our liege, and when time pressed, I forced the issue. Forgive me, Ashura. Dogstrom here as well, trying to convince the once famous samurai Shinto Motto, who turned into a fat bandit, to join the resistance. The plan is still alive. Lord Yasu gave his life to deceive the enemy, and divert attention. Everyone is aware that the moon tattoos are not just a fashionable fad, it's the samurai who are apprehended for bearing them. Night of the Fire Festival, we will strike Onigashima, Isle of the Ogres. All of this frees the samurai of the capital. I know we will have their help. Will you join our fight, Ashura? Ashura swigs from his heavenly sake jug. It says heaven on it. Got something to show you. Okay. Meanwhile, again, the biggest development of this chapter, this is absolutely insane. Big Mom breaking into prison. Gate of the front entrance has been destroyed. Second and third gates are ruined too. So, but it can't be. What the heck destroyed the steel gates though? It has to be Big Mom. And Queen is freaking out. Luffy's freaking out. Hyogoro doesn't know who the heck Big Mom is. Emperor of the Sea like Kaido. Why is she here? A good question is, why is she here? It seems like Chopper perhaps led her here under the promise of food, just making like a bet that Luffy's probably in prison. I don't know if Chopper knows, because Chopper has been like very out of touch with all of the rest of the Straw Hats for most of this arc. So I might be wrong, but I kind of feel like Chopper doesn't even know that Luffy's in prison. And he's just like, probably we smash into the prison, like, something good will happen. So yeah, Big Mom's here. Big Mom! We had the no-win situation of Kid and Killer drowning unless Luffy gives up his life in the Sumo Inferno arena. But all of those things are out of the window now. Oh, she's calling for Otama. She loves Otama. What is there? Instead, it was a complete and total bluff. It's wide open now. The question is, how are we going to get inside? Go rescue. Oh, so they do know Luffy isn't there. Okay, all right. I like the idea of Chopper's just like, must be spotted here, Ludmos. Okay. Udon is under the control of Queen, a lead performer of the Animal Kingdom Pirates. So, utmost vigilance, Chopper. Yeah, well, that's what you do when you're being stealthy. You tie that under your nose. So yeah, what is Big Mom going to do? She just wants the food. So if Queen was smart, he would just order all of the prison guards. It's like, all right, round up as much of this Oshiruku as you possibly can. I kind of feel like it all got eaten though, right? Didn't they say that? That probably Luffy, I think, ate all of it. That's what he got super fat on before the latest Sumo Inferno exercise. Something like that. But she can still smell some. Is she smelling it from Luffy? She can smell the interior of Luffy? At any rate, if I'm Queen, I just want to appease Big Mom as much as possible, as quickly as possible. He should know there's no hope in fighting her. If she rampages, that's going to be bad for everybody. Just feed her, subdue her, whatever it takes. The amnesiac atom bomb that is Big Mom. Say, Oshiruko? Give it here. Here'd you get to eat all you want, that's why we came. Queen is changing form. She's my favorite. Is that we've come to steal it? Drown while you're arguing about nonsense. Pull them up first. And Luffy, of course, can't leave the arena because he has the thing. Fighting with Big Mom over food can have disastrous consequences. Queen is like much more arrogant and stupid than I realized. This is like a definite lose situation. Is he turning into a Stegosaurus, by the way? Because it looks now like the braided or the like multi-segmented ponytail he has kind of look like Stegosaurus spikes to me now. Or maybe he's turning into some sort of plesiosaur, or I assume it's kind of something along these lines, another dinosaur. Or a Brachiosaurus? That would be cool. I like the idea of Brachiosauruses actually being crazy strong. Like in Final Fantasy, you know? You can fight the T-Rexes and the Brachiosauruses, but the Brachiosauruses are actually nuts. And the strongest physical attacks in the game. They can cast Ultima. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense. That's so hype. Yeah, it's a Brachiosaurus. Plenty of Oshiruku, but it's all mine. You won't get a drop of it, old hag. That's so dumb. Queen, you're such a dummy. Yeah, and he gets one-shotted. Of course. Just give me that Oshiruku. All right. Yeah, I told you, man. What did I tell you? Don't do this. Don't fight with Big Mom. There's no way you can win. All right, fun chapter. We will look forward to the next one. Lots of stuff happening. Crazy, crazy art. Okay, that's all for now.